Yes, Discover. Hey, how you doing? Good to see you. I'm glad you're here. Guess what? Have you discovered your cocoon stage? As chosen ones, do you know about the cocoon stage? Do you know about the changes you will go through? Do you know? Are you aware? We always talk about being chosen, but people really don't talk about our cocoon stage. Yesterday, and just the night before, I did a video. I looked totally different. I had my cap off. You saw my whole hairstyle. I presented myself differently to you, without judgment calls, without wanting judgment calls, because you was listening to the message, which is most important. When you go through your cocoon stage, listen to the message, which is most important. As you go to your cocoon stage, you're going to meet people that knew you way back before you even got to where you at today, the changes you made. Today, I may dress like I'm vintage. Tomorrow, I may dress like a hippie. But it doesn't change the knowledge that I can give you or that you or I can receive. As chosen ones, we begin to notice that others notice the changes in you, the changes that made you, the changes that can build you, the changes that can build them. We both build off each other. And then it takes one to know that the other can be understood. Only takes one. You really don't need a whole crowd. The message is going to get there. Now, are you aware of that cocoon stage? Are you aware of the changes? I mean, I went through my cocoon stage, still going through. Some of us still go through because we're still going through changes because we haven't reached our desire set yet. And sometimes the desire set isn't reached because there's so much that we got to go through just to learn. There's so many lessons, whether you're learning through school, whether you're learning through your experiences in life, you're learning. And it changes. Your appearance will never be the same. It will always be different because you're graduating into a different level, a different way, a different knowledge, a different expression of change. And you're accepting everything that's true about you, that you're not afraid to express yourself. Have you been through that cocoon stage? Right here today, I am looking at a building that I went through a transition with. My life, changes in my life, in that cocoon stage. And it made me develop more of who I am than who I was before. But you will only know that when you go through your cocoon stage, if you pay attention to it. It's not life that's changing you, the things that you just go through. You're going through this because there's changes you're going to go through and things you have to adapt to, and that adaptation, there is a change. Because knowledge is what? Given. And when we're given knowledge, we learn. We take it in. Now, not also was I in a place where it changed me, but I also was in a place of service from other people who gave me service. Whether it's church service or whether it was a service. And then in that service place, there was a cook that knew me. And at that time, there was a lot of people coming up in New York City, in Florida, in North Carolina, and South Carolina, coming up in entertainment. And this guy knew the people that I knew in New York City. They came up. He was part of them. But all the time he was here, he never addressed me. Oh, yes, yes, yes. Until it was time. Do you understand? He never took the time to acknowledge me like I was acknowledged right now. And that's through purpose, I believe. And in that purpose, I knew this person. I mean, this person knew each other. We shared experiences. I knew this man. This man knew me from New York, knew my people. They coming up, but he never shared the experiences with me. And that's how you could tell who was granted to be the one who will help you in that cocoon stage, or the one you probably got to watch and learn to adopt to deal with certain situations and certain people. And that's what I had to do. I had to learn to deal with certain people in certain situations. That was a learning point for me. And knowing that there could be people around wanting the same things that you want, in the same area, watching you, keeping an eye on you, don't want to see you go nowhere, but you were meant to go everywhere they went. But that cocoon stage allowed me. And in that knowledge, what you think? Did you think I changed? Did you think my attitude changed? Did you think things about me began to change? Yes, because I began to question, why not pick me? What is it about me? But what it was, you're different as a chosen. And where they were going is not where this chosen or many chosen want to go. Because we are to be leading, not to be led, if you understand what I mean. And they were led, and a lot fell at the end. But I paid attention in my adaptation, in my cocoon stage. Because I was aware, if I'm not accepted by you, and you know me, what is it about me? At least give me some input. Constructive criticism, we call it. People who are concerned about you, they'll tell you what you need to do to get where you gotta be. But people who aren't, you're gonna find in that cocoon stage, you're gonna make changes, you're gonna adopt. You're gonna either change things about you so you can be accepted, but not for them, but for what you're leading, because you don't want to be led. They were led and they fell. Do you understand me? And it took me way back to a time I was in Georgia. Somebody invited me out to Georgia. It was Pride Week. And it's crazy because this is Pride Month. Right now, I'm celebrating Pride Month in Florida. Not going through the formalities of it all, but just to say that it's Pride Month. Now, in that Pride Month, I'm discussing what happened to me in Georgia at Pride Week. And what happened was, I met some people that I was okay with, but then you meet some people, your cocoon stage, that just want to meet you so they can see what they can take from you. They want to dim your light, and they were there to dim my light. And in the process, I continued to enjoy the night, enjoy the festivities of what was going on, people partying, people going to different buildings, and enjoying themselves in businesses that presented entertainment. And this is what I did. And in that process, at the end of the day, when I went back to where I was, to the person's house who invited me to enjoy these festivities, they had a jealous lover that was jealous of me being around them. And so they flattened my tires. That was an experience. And in flattening my tires, I'm calling for help because I want to get help. Now I want to get out of the situation because it's not safe. So when I went to a place that I could sleep overnight, there was one counselor there. And he was different from all counselors. He had a do-rag, and he had a Kango on. I can't forget it, because I used to wear Kangos back in my days. And he had a Kango on. And I'm looking at him strange, because it's a council. It's a place of business, a place where we go get help when we need help, an emergency place. And that is when I learned, be careful not to judge, because you're going to go through your cocoon stage. You're going to go through different changes. And that was his perfection that perfected him. And as I sat and I asked the counselors, the other counselors, what's up with him? You know what they told me? That's our number one. We can send that man anywhere, and he can make things happen in the community. I've learned in your cocoon stage, don't judge a book by its cover. This is where we're getting at today, and learning how people will judge you by your cocoon stage. But I had to go through it. Now look at me. I'm being relaxed in what I do. But I was being prepared as a chosen one to understand that you're going through your cocoon stage. Yesterday I did a video. You saw my hair and all. Today I got it covered. Now are you judging me differently? That's up to you. But know that you may go through a difference in change. It builds you. You're being yourself. You're self-developing yourself into who you are, being accepted who I am. If I can't accept who I am, then I surely can't accept who you are. And when you go out there to work with others, don't you have to accept who they are before you can even make any changes in their life? So it's not that you wasn't able to do it perfectively, but you're perfecting yourself in your cocoon stage as you are. He was still able to get things done. He's the number one person in the building. And that allows you to know that when you go through your cocoon stage, that was God was preparing me for, to let me see people gonna judge you just like they're judging him. But you're the best. There's no other that can contest with you. But first, I had to see it for myself first. So when the fight comes, and the fight will come as you go through your cocoon stage, as you may continue to make changes, continue to move about, and people are going to judge you. They're going to be like, oh, you're here when you should be in this brand new apartment. That's your choice. Maybe I want to be in a mansion. You want the apartment, but I'm willing to be here till I get to my mansion. But you think I can't be in the mansion. You're in your cocoon stage. You're developing yourself for what you want to be, where you want to get. And the higher you think out of the box, the closer you will get to your dreams. But first, be aware to not be ashamed of who you are. They're going to point fingers, they're going to judge. But like I said, this man was the number one person. He didn't have to talk. Guess who talked to him? Everybody in the office. They had something to say about him. They will have something to say about you. You don't have to talk. They're going to point fingers. They're going to judge you. You don't have to say a word, but know that God is preparing you, because in that cocoon stage, God got more than no man can ever give you. Georgia taught me a lot. During that Pride Day, I want to say I'm blessed. That was Pride Week. This is Pride Month. I am blessed to go through a cocoon stage. And in that stage, I was able to move from one perspective point to another, where you're accepted in a wider range of people than the less people that accepted you before. So go out there, be as discovered. And don't be afraid of your cocoon stage.